Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. We're super excited for this video today. We're going to be making some really cool Halloween potion bottles. For this, I thought it'd be a lot of fun to have my brother Benjamin join me and help out with this and kind of turn it into a little bit of a brotherly competition. So we'll have an extra set of hands on today.
I'm happy to be here. I have never made a video before. I can't believe, like millions of your subscribers are going to see this.
I don't have millions of subscribers, dude.
Oh, I mean, like your thousands of subscribers are going to see this, so it makes me kind of.
No, we're not even in the hundreds.
So, like, what? Only mom's going to watch this?
Pretty much.
Hi, mom.
All right, so after being humiliated, we'll go ahead and continue with the project. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing and show some different things we've done before, and then lay out how this competition is going to work. All right, we totally just switched spots just to screw with you. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple examples of some of the potion bottles that Benjamin has made before, and I'll throw up an image of some that I've done as well. But they're pretty awesome. This one's Dragon Heartstrings. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty radical inside. You can see the little strings inside the potion.
Here we've got some chupacabra spiders found in the Sonoran Desert.
One of my favorite things is a lot of potions that you see will all be liquid, and I love seeing dry ingredients. I think it's awesome, and it's really cool. So this one's crystallized snake venom. It turned out awesome. So there's a bunch of different ones. We've got poison bottles and more whimsical looking ones like mermaid tears. And then this one's a special one. Why don't we close up on that?
This is one of my favorites. It's mummy teeth. And if you look inside, those are actual human teeth. Those are my wisdom teeth that I had taken out when I was 18. And the doctor let me keep them. So I had nothing to do with them until I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I have the perfect idea, which is something that I really like about making, these kind of things and Halloween stuff. It's finding things that you already have laying around your house that can easily be made into a decoration.
And, not everyone has teeth laying around the house, but there are a lot of things that we do. And for most of the stuff that I have planned for today is going to be stuff that I had around the house. And so these can be a lot of fun. And whether you're doing them to set up for some Halloween decorations or whether you're doing it as an activity for your kids, it's just a fun little project. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how this competition is going to work. We're going to have 3 different categories of potions. The first one is going to be whimsical, so something a little bit, fancy, kid-friendly, fun, bright. And then something that's more fantasy-based, something that would be from a book or from a movie. And then for our third one will be creepy. That's going to be something a little scary, a little darker.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start with our whimsical potions, and we'll each kind of go over what we're doing and what we're kind of putting together. And so if you want to go ahead and start with yours.
Sure, I'm going to be using this bottle here. I'm going to be making some riboflavin flavored, non-carbonated, polyunsaturated blood, which if you're familiar with that song, that's where it comes from. My kids love that song. They think it's really funny. We play, every October. And so I'm going to sort of go for a
mad scientist-y
kind of thing. So I thought that the jar here with the metal
top
lid is going to work best.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. So for mine, I'm going to do Unicorn Dreams. Unicorn Dreams. So I'm going to go for this bottle here. Let's go ahead and get to brewing some potions.
Sweet. All right, so for mine, basically we're just going to be making up some fake blood. So I've got some corn syrup and some food coloring, and just going to start mixing that up.
And while he's doing that, I'll go ahead and get out what I'm going to be doing here. So I've got some of this aloe gel that's going to be the base for it, because we're going to be looking to suspend some stuff in it. So that's going to be our kind of main piece there. But I wanted to suspend some things in there, and I thought it would be fun to try and take this cord apart and see if we can paint some different colors that'll show up in the gel.
All right, black food coloring is powerful stuff. We're just going to get a touch, just a little teeny tiny bit. and start with that and then go forward. So since the corn syrup is very translucent, very clear, to get it to be a little bit more opaque, I'm just going to put a drop of red craft paint. All right, let's mix that in, see how it looks.
All right, so I've taken my polyester rope here and pulled it apart into these individual pieces, and I'm going to paint them with some acrylic paint. Then once those are dry, we'll put them into our potion.
All right, yes, yeah, check that out. So now that I've got that paint in there, it's opaque, it's looking really, really good. So now I want to look at the lid. I said that, I wanted it to be, metallic, because we're kind of going for that mad scientist-y thing. But I don't want it to look like it's brand new. I want it to look like, he's had it for a while. So I'm just going to rough it up with a little bit of sandpaper. So now I just want to get any of the loose stuff off. It's looking scratched, but it's still just a little bit too shiny. So I'm gonna make a wash from some black acrylic paint and water.
Looking back on this, I could have just gotten some colored yarn and not have to do all this.
Yeah.
But hey, I was getting crafty, okay?
Sweet. So the lid it looks not new. Looks like it's been used. It's been around for a while. And the blood in there, it's nice and red. It's thick, but not too thick. And it's opaque. I like it.
All right, so for mine, we've got our pieces here, and then I've also got all my beautiful, colorful jewels, right? So the idea is that because we're using a gel, we're gonna be able to suspend these in different spots within inside the bottle. So we don't have a ton of room, it's a smaller bottle, and so we wanna make sure that things are they'll look right. So we'll only be using small pieces of this, but I'm pretty excited to see what it's gonna look like. So let's start putting them in here.
Sweet.
All right, so we finished our whimsical ones, and now it's on to our fantasy ones.
Yes.
Right? So for my fantasy one, I'm going to be using this bottle, and I think you're using this bottle as well, right?
Yes, I am.
So both using this one. For mine, I'm going the Harry Potter route. I think you are too, actually.
Yes, I am.
Harry Potter fans. All right.
Yep.
So for mine, I'm going to be doing some gillyweed. So I've got some moss, and this is just moss from like the craft store. And then I'm going to be using some neon green food coloring and some water. It's a pretty simple one for me.
It's simple. Mine is even more simple than that. I'm going to be using some of this red colored sand that I found at the dollar store. And it's going to be my powdered dragon claw.
Oh,
and that's it.
Awesome. Well, let's get to it. For the outside of my bottle, I'm going to be putting some English ivy green on it. It's just kind of an olivey green acrylic paint.
Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cork and I'm going to distress it a little bit so that way it doesn't look brand new and shiny. To do that, I'm just going to burn it a little bit with a lighter, maybe then sand a little bit.
Awesome. Round 3.
Round 3, let's do it.
Yep. So this is for our creepy or scarier one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the darker one. So I'm going to be using this one, and we're going to be going with a painted bottle.
Okay.
So there won't be actually anything inside.
I'm going to be doing vampire dust. Like imagine, Buffy the Vampire Slayer stakes a vampire. They kind of like turn into that dust, and somebody comes along afterwards with a little broom and like scoops it up for potions. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, let's get to it.
All right. All right, so the way I figure it, if vampires go out into the sun, they burn up into ashes. So the same thing probably happens when, they get staked through the heart. So I went out to a charcoal barbecue and just got some ashes out of the bottom. And that's what we're going to put in here for our vampire dust.
Don't mind me, I'm just burning myself with hot glue.
Now, you could use something other than ash for vampire dust, but I like the way it kind of clumps and sticks together. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks really cool, and it doesn't look like sand. It just looks like the fine powder
like
ash. Yeah.
Ash looks like ash?
Ash looks like ash.
Yeah, exactly.
So the dry brushing I just did, it just hit the highlights here, gave it just more of a textured look. And, I think we're mostly done with this. I love it. Super simple, easy, doesn't take a long time.
What are you trying to say?
Unlike other people.
Hey, I'm hoping it'll look cool, okay? I don't play with clay. All right, guys, the battle of the potions is finished. We've got each of our potions. We'll, of course, do some glamour shots a little bit closer up so you guys can see them, but we'll go through just each of them real quick and tell you a little bit about them.
Here we have the riboflavin flavored, non-carbonated, polyunsaturated blood. Again, my kids, they love that song. They're going to think this is really, really funny. However, if a container of blood isn't your definition of whimsy or doesn't fit with your kids, then instead of red food coloring, put in pink food coloring. And instead of red craft paint, put pink craft paint and label it Love Potion number 9. And that works just as good.
Awesome. So here is my Unicorn Dreams. And I think it turned out pretty fun. I like the little crystals and stuff you can see inside of it. Using the gel allowed me to suspend things in there. And so if I turn it or move it, stuff's not going anywhere, which is great. So this was easy, and this was all stuff that I had around the house. So it was fun. Really like that one. So Unicorn Dreams. So here is my gillyweed. And again, you'll see some glamour shots of that later, but I think it turned out pretty awesome. You can see that fun kind of vining moss inside. Other than my awful handwriting, I think it turned out really fun. Love the way that the top looks, and happy with it.
Fantastic. And well, that's something that you would want to take to potions class. Here's something that you could take to pass potions class.
There you go.
Ah, you like that?
Yeah, it's nice.
So we got our powdered dragon claw, and I don't know if you zoom in on close, fine print on the bottom says definitely not dried dockseed droppings. And so did the weathering on it, made it look like maybe this is something that's been handed down from one student to the next. So here's my creepy one. We got the vampire dust. Again, we did the same weathering on the top and scuffed up the bottle a little bit, just make sure that it looks kind of older. Beginning inside, that might not be able to pick it up because of the glare of the lights, but just the ash in there just looks really cool.
Looks awesome.
And it doesn't look like anything else.
Brilliant. And then this is my creepy, and so this is Death's Breath, and I think it turned out really good. It was a little bit over the top.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah, but I really liked it. It was a lot of fun to do. It's not great, but I don't sculpt things. I don't work with clay, so that was really cool to do, and just something different, something fun. So
yeah. Actually, that took you so long. I had time to make an extra one. And so I found this container at the dollar store, and again, the little plant at the dollar store. Cut it so that would fit in there, and then made a little science label on there saying, with the specimen number and what it's called and where it was found and date and things. And so you can have this with your other mad scientist stuff.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Yeah. What did you make that was extra?
Just better potions.
Yeah, that's pretty lame excuse.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll leave you with some glamour shots. Let us know in the comments who you thought won overall, who you thought won for each one, or what one was your favorite. Again, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
All right, see you.